Hey guys, we're in the studios getting ready to do the show. Very happy to be here, and we do a really good show tonight. It's called Time Variant, and what it's about is, well, it's based primarily on an experience I had today when I went to Dutch Bros to have a cup of coffee, and I was in my car, and I pulled up to the kiosk, and the guy asked me, "So what are you doing today?" I said, "I'm going to write a show about multiverses and quantum physics and all this." And he says, "Oh, really?" He says, "You ever watch Loki?" And I said, "Yeah." We started talking about Loki and the logistics of Loki and the time variant authority. And it's funny because we were talking, and I didn't even realize there were cars like backed up. So we were talking, about 5 minutes. And I realized that there are a lot of people out there that, watch Loki and they watch the MCU. And they see these other shows that deal with time travel. They deal with them, and they don't know exactly how to, they just know it's time travel. They don't know that there's some science behind it. And I was reading that the Pentagon now has some AI where they can actually predict the future 3 or 4 days in the future. Or they can at least know what's going to happen 3 or 4 days in the future. What it is it sees patterns. I see patterns too, but the computer sees patterns, and that's what they use to look ahead in the future. I do that with my mind. They do that with a computer. And so that's kind of a form of what is known as metaverse conjuring, or metaverse looking in the metaverse. Zuckerberg wants to do a metaverse type of thing, which is a sort of a virtual version of the multiverse. And there's also Google now with a time crystal. So we're going to talk all about that tonight because it's really fascinating. I know a lot of people like to hear more about the chronocracy, if you want to call it that, and what the chronocracy is up to. Tracy Twyman had a lot to say about Plus Ultra and the chronocracy, and so it's kind of like, putting on her goggles for a moment and trying to figure out exactly what's happening and how to discuss it with you, and I'm going to do that. Want to remind everybody we're on from 7 to 10 Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. If by chance you want to catch us early, you can go to aftermath.fm. It's free. TalkStreamLive.com also carries this. They basically link to various radio stations, iHeart, Odyssey, all these groups. They air the show in its entirety during that time period. And so, but there are some radio stations that only play an hour of the show, or they play one part of the show, they tape delay it, or they do whatever. And a lot of people want to hear the whole show in its entirety, and so they go to aftermath.fm. Some people, though, they would rather listen to the show without commercials, without much interruption, and they'd like to hear it, and they'd like to also cross-reference it with a lot of videos and a lot of documentation so they can at least do research. People are willing to do research, and when they do, they sign up for Aftermath. Aftermath.media is our library. It's what we call our digital playground, because it has social media in it. It has news aggregators in it. It has it generates news feeds. It generates special interest with other podcasts, with people who we respect. David Knight just wound up on Aftermath now. He's doing his podcast. We're talking with Ryan Gable to get him to do a weekend show.
James Ponder.
And James Ponder does a show. And, I mean, there's so many people that we really admire that are doing this. Jimmy Jean has got a really big show right now. Wes, our producer, has Conspirafact with Bill. And that's also a popular show. So there are a lot of people who are really excited about coming on board with Aftermath, because it's one place where they know they feel safe, and people, and that's what it's going to have to be in the future, because a lot of people are saying they have no place to go. Look, if you want to go to these other places and you get treated the same way, you get what you pay for, and we offer something that's really inexpensive, and it helps the show out. It keeps us alive, keeps the show on the air, because quite frankly, there are not many networks out there that are paying a lot of money anymore. I mean, some of the big name people who made a lot of money have now died or they quit. And we're still hanging in there. So we appreciate the support you give us. We always ask you to support more. If you can, get other people on board. Do the missionary effort and spread the word. We really appreciate that. Well, we're going to be doing the show soon, so I got to go. But I want to thank you again, and tune in, because another one of those mind-blowing shows about time travel and quantum physics tonight on Ground Zero. Join us.